This is the Hercules saw stand, and I want to show you how it's built. It's actually got rollers, stops on both sides. These are one-piece steel, has 8-inch wheels. Very solid aluminum body to it, and the one-piece steel handle to lift up. One thing I noticed is how sturdy these are. There is no slack in them at all. You can unlock it, snap it back down, slide it, and lock it back in. We need to measure the distance between the feet, the holes in the feet, and it looks like they're about 19 inches. Let's set this about 19 inches apart. There's a safety latch to keep these from locking and unlocking. Gotta push the button. Can it cut through this? Let's find out.
This is a 4x6 treated board.
No problem. Okay, that went through faster than I expected. Let's try it again. Wow, I am amazed at how quickly it cuts through that. Let's try it again. Okay, sounds effortlessly. Let's try it on the DeWalt. First thing I notice is on the DeWalt, the sawdust catcher's in the way. We cut 4 over there. Let's catch 4 over there. That was slower. Let's try another one. That was better. And one more. Okay, let's see which one caught the most sawdust. Always the problem with the DeWalt is this sawdust tube gets caught, catches a lot of, it plugs up easy. probably the biggest problem with that saw. Okay, so let's see how much it caught. And not much. And that might have been from before too. Okay. Let's see how much Hercules caught. This is the first time it's ever been used, so I can tell already it caught a lot more. Whoa. Hercules wins on dust collection. It's also got a lot wider mouth. Well, maybe not. Thought it was. For a quick review, that was impressive. That was from the same board. I just cut them in half. Let's try it again. See if I'm missing anything here. Okay, what I'm seeing here is it takes longer to spin up. It spins up like a brushless tool, and that is the computer has to activate the switch, whereas these other ones, the older, will start and they will activate immediately. But as far as power goes, cutting ability, this one feels more powerful. Neither one of them will cut through the board the long way. This has a 10-inch, this has a 12-inch, but neither, like I said, will cut through the board vertically. Okay, my initial reactions is, this is great. It cut through better than the DeWalt. Granted, it does have a new blade, a new factory blade. Is the factory blades any good? In this case it is. The DeWalt has served me very well. I bought it in 2020. I had a super deal from Amazon. Loved it. Glad I got it. I've done a lot of work on it. But I need a saw that can also go, that's portable. I built this stand when I bought the saw, and it has worked out very, very well. And it's going to stay here. This is until I get a bigger place. It is going to stay right here. This one will travel with us. It will help with my kids' houses and whatever they need. This is going to be my moving saw. So far, I'm happy with the stand. These are all adjustable. It is sturdier than the DeWalt in every aspect that I found. I would have gone with the DeWalt. I'm not afraid of DeWalt at all. As you can tell, I've got a lot of DeWalt tools all over the place. And so I love my DeWalt tools. But I'm also taking a liking to the Hercules tools. This one passes. They both still show full, which I would expect. We only made 5 or 6 cuts. It is a dual, a compound miter saw. Go both ways. 60 degrees on this side. 50 degrees on this side. I will be checking over the accuracy so far, but you can see how nice and smooth it slides. Nice. This one, still very nice, but it doesn't slide back and forth as far as just pushing it. But, you know, it's a little older, so I don't expect it to be perfect. Very similar saws otherwise. This one has a light on it that I can turn on. It says something about a precision blade guide system on and off. Seems built well. It's very heavy. I would say it's close to the same weight as this one. Maybe not quite, but it's definitely close. They both have latches. This saw has a latch to lock it in place. Right there. Just like that. And this one does not. But it does have, so it can't slide around, so I guess that's what that's for. But that one, DeWalt has it too. I'm not sure how these work. Oh, there. Okay, material support. I know the DeWalt had them, but I never put them in because of that. And the back fence looks identical. Nearly identical. Slide it. Looks good. That'll lock it in place. Let's see what it looks like folding it up. Top heavy. Look at that. Okay. Is there an adjustment for that? Okay. Nobody wants their good saw tipping over. That's still a lot of weight. I guess I'd recommend making sure you pull the batteries out because that's going to add weight. Okay, let's try it, see how easy it is to set up. Okay, first thing, like that. Back over here. If you want to slide these out, there's just these levers. See how long the extensions go out. It says it's about 8 foot 2 inches. Which means if you put a 16-foot board on it, you'd have 4 foot over on each side. This is how nicely it compacts, which it does. It compacts very nicely. And now it's ready to go. Put it up in the corner. So far it looks pretty good. I think I'm happy with it. By the way, be sure to like and subscribe because we've got some videos coming out. We've got power now connected down in Kentucky. We do have to go hook up the RV. But that's going to be coming up. That's going to be coming up in a video soon. Here's my conclusion between the two saws. Now, it's not entirely fair because one is cordless and one is not. The DeWalt weighs 56 pounds, Hercules weighs 47 pounds, though with the batteries, it might easily weigh the same. The blade size is 12-inch on the DeWalt, but only 10-inch on the Hercules. However, neither one of them can cut through a 6x6. 3,800 RPM for the speed and on the DeWalt, but 4,400 RPM for the Hercules, and I think that's why it cuts better. The DeWalt is a 15 amp hour electric, and Hercules requires two 20-volt batteries because it is cordless. My personal opinions here now. The DeWalt, it is louder. Hercules is quieter. The dust collection on the DeWalt is really poor. Hercules seems to be good. The cutting power, DeWalt is good. Hercules is great. I think that's where that extra speed comes in at. The build quality for DeWalt is excellent. That's how most of their tools are. Hercules, I think it's probably excellent too. Durability, excellent for the DeWalt. I've had it for years and it's done a great job. Hercules, that's an unknown, but I do like their 5-year warranty. What do I need to do? I just take it back to the store. For the Hercules saw sand, I compared it against some others before I bought it. However, I don't have another one to compare it to other than the one I physically built. So let's just look at the one of my pros and cons. Pros are that it is heavy duty. It's rated for 550 pounds. It's one of the top ones I could find. It also has single steel end brackets. That's where the wheels and the handle are attached to. The 8-inch wheels help it to go over ground that's uneven, and it rolls really nicely. The rollers for the material support is nice. Other ones don't have that. Some do, some don't, but this is definitely a good feature in this price range. It's also an easy setup. You can just press the buttons and the legs unfold. They lock in place. What's wrong with that? Well, that kind of brings us to the cons now. When it folds up, there's a high center of gravity, and it feels like that it might tip over if the saw is attached. It didn't, but you could see in the video it was a little tippy. And it's also not as quick to set up as some of the other brands like Rigid, where there's just one pedal and it folds right up. But that's also because it's got an X for a brace, which means you're depending on that screw to hold everything together. And also, the saw on this is rather heavy when it's sitting on it. And what I mean by that is it could be a little awkward trying to extend the legs down, all 4 of them, while trying to hold the saw up, especially the heavier the saw. I didn't have any problems, but I could see where problems would be. That could be a problem for some. Anyhow, I do like it, and I would highly recommend this.